Staten Island from the air looks like a limitless expanse of tree-filled parks and tree-lined neighborhoods, until you get to Fresh Kills, home of the infamous Fresh Kills garbage dump. At 2,200 acres, this is the largest municipal dump in the world. It occupies an area more than 3 times the size of Central Park. In 1948, the city of New York set aside acres of this bountiful wetland to create a new landfill for dumping its municipal waste. Through the decades, the city's Department of Sanitation opened several additional sections of the dump, absorbing more and more territory. At its height, the dump was nearly 3,000 acres. By the 1980s, Fresh Kills was receiving up to 15,000 tons of garbage per day. The vast majority of it wasn't from Staten Island, but from the 4 other boroughs. These hills are not natural highlands. They are man-made mountains of trash, created on what was once largely wetlands. The largest hill towers over 175 feet high. Over the years, several sections of Fresh Kills were used for dumping. Some were extremely close to residential neighborhoods like Travis and New Springville. Residents in these communities and shoppers visiting the Staten Island Mall and Richmond Avenue shops suffered a constant barrage of odors.
But there's no greater gift that we could give to the people of Staten Island than what we're giving them today. A covenant that landfill will be closed December 31st, 2001. This is a very, very, very happy occasion for me, probably the greatest day of my political life.
And no more is Staten Island going to be the dumping ground for all of the residential waste for the entire city of New York.
One of the worst nightmares from a social and environmental and health impact that has affected Staten Islanders will now be coming to a close. I speak on behalf of Staten Islanders who have friends and relatives who have cancers and other maladies and low birth weight babies because they live near a dump and wonder if, in fact, that exposure over the years has contributed to those kind of health effects.
The historic last load of garbage sailed from Queens and headed towards Fresh Kills on Thursday, March 22, 2001, and down the Arthur Kill to its final destination at the dump. The barge finally arrived by noontime, in time for a commemorative closing ceremony to begin, held in a large boathouse used by the sanitation department for maintenance operations.
Originally, this was opened on a promise that it would be here for only 5 years. The process of Staten Island bearing the burden of the rest of the city's garbage was inequitable, and now it's over for good.
And it was an example of what not to do, how not to treat solid waste, how not to treat communities, how not to treat neighbors or the environment. But I don't think anything is going to go down in history as more important to the people of Staten Island and the future of Staten Island than closing this dump.